YouTube, it's been quite a while. How you guys been? I hope you've been well. But if you're new here though, my name is Hayes. I'm a veterinarian and a sneakerhead, hence the name, TheShoeVet. Today's subject, we're talking about boots, a certain pair of boots in particular, but I mean boots in general, they're such a phenomenal and interesting footwear, right? I mean, they could be used for their functionality. Sometimes you just need something a little more rugged and tough to get the job done. And this right here was hilarious to me. I definitely had to include it. But you know, they're nice, especially for a shorter man like me. I used to have a love-hate relationship with boots, and that's interesting, especially me being a shorter man and boots being a way to artificially but also low-key add a couple inches of that all-important verticality. But it's sometimes too, boots are just used just to be stylish, you know, make a statement. I'm looking at these guys right here, and I don't want to dwell too much on these pair of boots in particular, but did you guys actually try for the mischief big red boots? I'm not gonna front. I entered the draw, and I'm actually glad I did not get picked because I realized it's just a fad. It was remarkable marketing though. I'm gonna give my hats off to mischief. I mean, from the celebrities, wisdom. I mean, they had everybody in a chokehold with these boots, but yeah, it's okay. It's not something I'm tripping on. But what I am definitely tripping on are these bad boys right here. Okay, so one of my personal favorite brands in existence, the gloomy, the gothic-y, the aggressive House of Rick Owens right here, okay? And I've been sitting on these boots for a hot minute. I think I got it probably a year-ish ago, and I just haven't really worn them like that. But now I'm definitely feeling it is the time to bring it out. So without extra talk, let's go ahead and get into this right here, okay? So I'm not gonna spend too much time on the box. You guys can see right here, it is a gargantuan box. I think it's probably the biggest shoe box I have in my collection right now. Gray box, Rick Owens, boom, okay? Taking that off though, so these boots are going to be the Rick Owens tractor boots, the laced up version in the top colorway. And it's, as they say top, I'm gonna say light brown, but it's top. Inside the box as well is just some extra tissue paper and a tote bag that looks like it will have a very difficult time fitting both of these gargantuan shoes in there, boots in there, but hey, it is what it is. Thanks for the tote bag, Rick. And all right, let's go ahead and talk about my initial thoughts on these boots. And I mean, first, aside from, you know, just the sheer size of them, it's the aggression. It's the aggression of these boots that I like. It is the over-exaggeration of a couple different details, whether it's the neck, the toe box, this huge tongue, the ultra overextended laces. I mean, everything about this boot is just overdone, but it really fits the aesthetic of the House of Rick Owens perfectly, okay? Let's go ahead and jump into the details of the shoe. So color-wise, like I said, top. So it's mostly combination of different shades of brown. You kind of have like a light brown for most of the shoe, kind of more of a mocha-ish brown for the midsole and the outsole, and more like a tannish sandy kind of brown for the laces, okay? Silver for the metallic accessories, the zippers, if you will, on there. So yeah, that's pretty, as well as the lace eyelets too as well. Those are silvery color. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the colors. Material wise, you know, it's mostly rubber, kind of a nubuck material, cotton for the laces. And I mean, that's essential. I think it's like a leather interior too as well. Yeah, leather interior on the inside. So that's pretty much all that's going on in there. Breaking down the shoe though, we're gonna start at the tongue. And like I said, this tongue is a pretty over-exaggerated tongue. It's very, very large for a, well, large boot. I really like how it sticks out like this when you have the shoe, you know, kind of tied together. You can fan it out if you have less of the strings kind of tied around. So it's whichever way you want to make it look, but I like it kind of looking like this, almost like a little horn sticking out of the shoe. Moving on down the shoe, I mean, you have a bunch of different lace eyelets. You have two different kind of eyelets though. You have the traditional circular ones and you have these hooked ones, all right? So the hooked ones are if you want to lace your shoe up to the top, you can do that without having to go through the, all these circular laces down here, just to make it a little more easier, a little more functional for you. Sometimes it's a little bit interesting hooking the laces on these little hooks though, because sometimes it'll just kind of hook off when I'm trying to tie it, but it's just being nitpicky. I don't really have too much of a concern or complaints about it. Going on down to the toe box. So the big thing about Rick Owens Bozo boots is, Bozo's kind of clowny. I think it's kind of based off a clown. And so these toe boxes are really over exaggerated. Even with the Chelsea version, the ones that don't have the laces, that toe box is still pretty exaggerated, okay? So definitely is on brand with the, brand. Very roomy, and it's supposed to be like that too as well, all right? Because typically I like my shoes to be a little snug, but hey, this is fine. This is what it's supposed to be like this, okay? And moving on up, you have a extremely exaggerated neck and collar of the shoe. And that is gonna be my only, when I get to the sizing, there's gonna be one gripe that I have about this part of the shoe, but I'm gonna talk about in sizing when I get to the sizing, so stay tuned for that. But I mean, overall though, man, this Rick Owens Bozo boot, whew, beautiful, beautiful. All right, running up the neck of the shoe, you have two heavy duty zippers. I mean, you guys already know Rick Owens goes to town on their hardware. I don't have any issues with it. You have a pull tab at the top. As far as the midsole and the outsole, like I mentioned, rubber, you do have a tractor outsole pattern on the bottom of the shoe, a little bit of branding, Rick Owens in cursive. And I mean, essentially that is pretty much the breakdown of the shoe. Now, how do these shoes fit? Let's talk about sizing. So for sizing for anything luxury, I pretty much will go a size down, okay? Because I feel like luxury shoes, they do fit a little on the big side. So I went with a size EU41 or US 8. My true to size is like a 9, 9.5, okay? With that being said, the gripe that I have about these shoes is kind of in this area where the ankle is, all right? Now, I do, full transparency, my feet are as flat as a pancake. I have little to no arch in my shoe. I have little to no arch in my foot. And when I zip these shoes up, it does get a little tight in the ankle area, just a little bit, but I can definitely feel it, okay? Now, what would I change in retrospect? So clearly I didn't return these or exchange them or anything like that, but I would say in retrospect, if I got maybe a 41.5, I think that probably would have fit me a little bit better than these in that ankle area, just a little bit. Because I already understand I'm gonna have a little bit of empty space in this toe box by design. But that would be my only gripe about this boot, excuse me. It's a little tight for me in the ankle area, but it's not something where I can't walk around with it for an extended period of time. With that being said though, these shoes, as you probably could imagine, are a bit heavy, okay? And it's primarily due to this midsole and outsole, all right? These are some heavy shoes. So if it's not the tightness of the ankle, for some of you guys, it may just be fatigued from walking with some heavy shoes. I think the heaviest shoes I've ever worn are probably the Balenciaga Triple S's. I think those shoes in comparison are probably the heaviest. I don't have any actual objective numbers, but yeah, those some boulders on your feet now, all right? Now, how did I style these shoes? The first one that I picked out, I mean, it's pretty on par. I try to keep that Rick Owens aesthetic, as best I can. With respect to my proportions, and that's kind of the fun part about styling these for me, because I'm only 5'6", and proportions are very important. So I was kind of playing around with it, and I mean, this first fit right here, we start down with the boots, of course, Rick Owens Bozo tractor boots. These pants, purple pants, are by the same brand, Rick Owens. They are the Mastodon pants in the eggplant colorway. I love it. I love it. White t-shirt by Essentials, a good neutral, and then this cardigan, log knit cardigan, is made by, they're out from ASOS a while ago, and I just like kind of like the earthy textures and patterns. that were in that cardigan and how it went with this shoe. All right, so that was kind of the idea with that. I also kind of switched up. I wasn't planning on doing this, but I also just kind of wanted to see what it looked like with just a regular jacket. So I got kind of like this trucker bomber jacket from Zara. Yeah, got it from Zara not too long ago. It's a little bit of a different shade of brown, but you guys get the idea of what I was going for. So you guys let me know what you guys think about that. Let me know what you guys thought about these boots. I absolutely love them. Height aside, ankle aside too as well. I absolutely love these boots, okay? I'm not giving these up. I don't care what people say about me wearing them. I love them, okay? Do you guys have a pair of Rick Owens tractor boots too as well? Whether it's these or the Bozo. Hey, did you go all the way and get the Kiss boots? Especially if you got the Kiss boots, let me know. I think that's just the one pair of Rick Owens boots. I can't do it. I just don't feel like I can do it. I can't pull it off. I don't think it's for me. But if you guys got that, let me know. Did you guys also hit on the Mischief red boots? I'm still stuck on those. I'm glad I did not hit, but they're still just in my mind rent free, and I hate it. But again, man, that level of marketing was extraordinary, all right? That's gonna be the end of today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure you guys become a client. You do that by hitting the description down below, as well as hit the notification bell so you be notified next appointment. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram. The handle is at drhayes91. Follow me there for more content. Hope you guys have a good day. See you in the next video.